And we're back. Let's go now to Lisa Dempster, the Liberal candidate in the by-election. Lisa, you're on the air. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill. How you doing?
Nice to hear from you. I'm doing great. How about you? How's your campaign?
It's been a little while, Bill. You know, I've been canvassing heavily throughout the district, excellent reception at the doors, and as you know, most of the region knows cell coverage, and it takes time to get on the air and talk to you.
Well,
so
you gotta wait. You gotta wait in the queue, but when I was in politics myself, I always found that door-to-door was more effective than any other mode of communicating with your constituents, you know, so you're doing the right thing in my view.
You're absolutely right. Everything else is secondary, but getting at the doors, talking to the people, them getting to know who I am, and it's all been very, very good, Bill. We had advanced polls yesterday. We had a bigger turnout during the advanced poll than we had in the 2011 election. So that will tell you that this by-election is getting a lot of attention, and people are very engaged and involved. We've had heavy traffic, Bill, on the ground from all three parties. In my mind, that's only positive as well, because now when the legislature opens again, there's people that knew nothing about the issues that we were dealing with, and now they will be much more familiar.
That's good. I like the way you put that. Little sting in the tail. People who didn't know anything about the issues of the district of Cartwright, Lancet, Clare, as a result of this by-election, are learning a few things. That's good, Lisa. Like that.
And Bill, I want to say that while I'm running on my own record, the people's issues here are my issues. Many of them have said to me, we know, Lisa, you're driving the same roads we're driving. You're using the same health facilities, the clinics we're using. You have a child in the same education system. But I was smiling when the corporate research polls came out a few days ago showing that, you know, the PCs have really bottomed out. The Liberals have had the most significant growth in the past year of the three parties. VOCM News the next day, I think, said Liberals rebuilding at a rapid rate. So while, yes, we've been a Liberal district, while I am, they've got a good candidate from the district, I'm one of them, it's a good time to be voting Liberal. And also, Bill, people see that the Liberals is the best in rural communities. They've got the balance between social programs, but also a very clear plan fiscally of how they will pay for that.
Yeah. Lisa, very interesting. Have you found, is there any difference in the political atmosphere of the district since Yvonne had resigned and went federal? I mean, are people, sometimes when a member leaves a district for whatever purpose, sometimes there's a little bit of a lashback, a little bit of a backlash, I should say, of discontent, you know, and that might be a negative impact on the candidate of the same party. In your case, you're following Yvonne. Have you found any backlash at all as a result of her leaving the district to go federal?
Very good question, Bill. Thank you for asking. Actually, from Cartwright to Lancet, Clare, people are very, very pleased with Yvonne moving on to Ottawa. I've heard many, many positive things about her, saying, we've got her now right where we need her to be. We've got another good Labrador girl coming in behind her with the Trudeau momentum federally, with the Liberals going in to form the next government federally, with the tide changing provincially. As I said earlier, it's a very good time for us to be voting red, that's for sure. And Bill, we've got our big main issues, transportation, health, services in our small communities, but we've also got other issues that are extremely important to the smaller communities. I was in Cartwright a couple of days ago, 23 degrees. They've cut the funding for calcium on the road. You've probably got 30% in that town, Bill, suffering with asthma. The dust was unbelievable. It was about 3 inches thick on me by the time I left that day. I just listened to your caller before me talking about environmental issues. I've been heavily involved in waste management in the district. We've got Crowhead up in Fordo, overfilled to capacity. We've got the dump in Mary's Harbour. That's a mess. And it just made me realize, man, we have got so far to go in this district. Yes, we've had a PC government since 2003. It's been tough sledding, but we still managed to bring a lot into the area because we had strong opposition. We had a strong Liberal voice. Now I believe in a couple of years this district has an opportunity to probably have a minister in this district, and people see that.
Well, Lisa, thank you very much for joining us. The time flies too fast talking to a candidate like yourself, any of the candidates. We only have 4 minutes plus a little time added on for my butting in. But thank you very much for joining joining us, and thank you for touching base from time to time. I realize it's an inconvenience, but we do enjoy talking to you. But the door-to-door is most important, and thanks very much.
Bill, always a pleasure talking to you. And when I get into St. John's, I'm going to bring you a book of a Labrador conference that your dad chaired in St. John's in '56. And sadly, some of the issues were the same. Everything coming out of Labrador, and how do we make sure that Labradorians get the job?
You do that, Lisa. That'd be very, very interesting. All these years later, still the same issues arising. Thanks very much for that.
You have a good day.
All the best.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Lisa Dempster is the Liberal candidate in Cartwright, Landsaclare, and very, very articulately stating the issues of the district. As I've often said, the district is very fortunate, in my view, to have candidates of the caliber running there.